Good morning, guys. Hope you're having a good morning. I am sitting in here in Carly's office now, and we're doing a video. She's over on the other side of the room doing some stuff for you guys. I'm gonna go over a couple of things. We got a couple of good ideas, and Carly and I kind of came up with this, and I love it. We're gonna do something. We'll do a sample video we're gonna send out, and we're gonna ask you guys to do a video where somebody's filming you at a landmark in your area, and basically you have the film, and we just want you to say this is MHG Life, nothing else. She's going to tag them with who you are and what team you're with and all that, but we just want you guys to say this is MHG Life, whether it's the Rose Garden, if you're in Monahans it might be the sand dunes, it might be anything. We want pictures from around the state that she can stitch together and we can put on our YouTube channel and we can advertise that way. We're going to start advertising MHG Life, and everybody's going to be real curious as to what it is, and they're going to have to call you guys. It's about the lifestyle in Texas that we're so fortunate to sell. We happen to sell houses, but we also sell that lifestyle, and I'm excited about that. Go over a couple things today. Linda Lewis, I want to thank Linda Lewis an awful lot. Linda, yesterday, it wasn't one of our deals. It was somebody that called her that was a friend of hers that called her on something, and Trek in their infinite wisdom, when they did paragraph 5 of the new contract, earnest money and termination option, didn't quite, all right, think it through. So just so you know, we want to know what's going on there. Well, the way it reads, it would imply that the earnest money and the option fee are kind of tied together time-wise. They're not. You still have 3 days to deliver the option money. You do not have, and they're 3 concurrent days. The earnest money is 3 business days. The option money is 3 days. Now, that makes it tough when they're wiring in. You execute a contract on a Thursday, and your 3rd day falls on a weekend, and a title company's not open. But if you're wiring, the wire will be sitting there waiting for them when they get in Monday morning. So what happens is, the way it reads is, if the title company's closed, if it's a weekend or a holiday, it's the next day on the option. So it'll be the next day on the option. So in other words, if it was due on Saturday or Sunday, it'll be the next business day, the next day they're open, the next business day they're open. So the 3 days on option is still 3 right in a row, and the 3 on escrow money, all right, is still, you have that situation where the escrow money is working days, all right? So if you get a termination option and your termination is up on Sunday and your people say, I can't get it into them, they're closed, or the wire didn't go through, or this, that, and the wire should go through, and you do that, you have until the next day. You can't not count those days. You have the next business day, the next day they work. So I want to be very, very clear on that. So guys, in their infinite wisdom, it reads where everybody thinks since it's going to the title company, it all should match up and mesh up, and it should. I talked to someone, they're aware of the problem, and they'll address it at some point. They realize they've got a problem, but we want to keep our buyers conscious of it. We want to keep our sellers conscious of it, because we do have agents out there that don't practice a win-win, and they'll try to. So it's pretty simple in there. 5 explains it to you. Okay, option fee or additional earnest money falls on a Saturday or Sunday or legal holiday. The time to deliver the earnest money, option fee, or additional earnest money as applicable is extended until the end of the next day that is not a Saturday, Sunday, or a legal holiday. That is 5A, paragraph 2. 5A, paragraph 2. So you want to watch that on your option fee, okay? I had that wrong. I thought they had synced them up. So here's a case where your broker's saying he was wrong, and you need to correct that. I want to be very, very cognizant of that fact, guys. I want you guys to know we had it wrong. We were trying to use our brain, and that should make sense. It does not make sense. So they did not change the timelines. They're going to create some confusion here. And with inventory being tight and some of the things, this guy, fortunately, this guy had a situation where the agent committed some pretty serious problems. I mean, wasn't our client, thank God. She told the buyer that the title company wouldn't accept wires. He called the title company and said, we accept wires all the time. I don't know what she's talking about. So she lied to the guy. And so you got a situation where she was representing both sides, but clearly, as an intermediary, clearly she was leaning towards the seller and not practicing win-win business deals, okay? A couple things I want to go over today. We've had 2 agents in our office that have have done have put out signs or put in Facebook that they had a listing and it wasn't an MLS. We want to stop. We want to make sure that that's stopped. We got those that are in there now, but here's the situation. If you put a sign, you have 24 hours. You need to be careful and cognizant of that. You need to negotiate in good faith. You need to make sure it's taken care of and done the right way. Guys, we do not do coming soons at Miller Homes Group. It's not allowed. I know you're seeing them all over Facebook. Just click them, click a copy of it, send it into your MLS administrator at your board and say, look, I don't think this is legal. Would you address this? Do this, and just go on about your day. We have some among us that don't do it right. They're not trained well by their brokers, and so we want to make sure that we get all of that. So who do we have come in? Who's over there? Hello? What are you doing? Miss Patty's in the house today. So how's Sis doing with her classes?
She's good. She's been good. Hopefully in a month or so she'll be done.
Yeah, she's my favorite realtor today, guys. She brought a check in.
And where do I put it?
Just slide down the door. Yeah. She brought a check in. I'm that shallow. You bring a check in, you're my favorite realtor till somebody brings in a bigger check that day. Okay. So we're gonna make sure about that. Patty did great. Patty and Tony are out there doing a good job. Patty's sister's getting licensed as always. They're killing it. You guys are doing really, really great out there. Watch on putting signs on property. Not giving don't put a sign on. I don't want to hear that I put a sign. Oh, I haven't had time. You had the time to put the sign in the lockbox on the property. Okay. If you don't have the time to put an MLS, don't do either of those. Because if I find out, I'm going to go take them off, all right, because we don't want to be part of that crowd. That's a serious violation that we don't want to have problems with. So do not advertise coming soons. Don't do that at all. Keep in mind that your earnest money and your termination option, the time frames did not change. One is consecutive days and one is business days. Makes it confusing, I know. They'll get it straightened out in 20 years, trust me. So, every time they do a new revision on a contract, it takes them a while to get things done. I want you guys to go out and have a great day. You're going to get some stuff from me and Carly on MHG Life. We want you to go out. We want to see some videos. We'll make an example of one next week. Her and I'll go to a Mexican food place or something and do hey, this is MHG Life. We want you guys. She's going to start doing some marketing, heavy marketing, and then she's going to tag you guys with your name and your phone number across the deal. Sandy wrote something. Sandy, I do not know. And when it comes to title company questions and ones to use and all that, Denise is the one that handles money and the ones I do know that one of the ones that we thought was a big problem in Henderson, we found out one of the owners of it, the owner of it was one of our favorite people, and he didn't know that his people were being rude and not getting the job done. And got involved, and I felt very, very bad that I hadn't addressed it earlier with one of his people because he's a great owner, just a great owner, and we're very blessed to have some of those. So welcome Sandy and Brian back from vacation. I didn't bring it up too much while they were gone. This is every time they plan a vacation, Brian seems to get hit by a bus or something, and so we were just kind of holding our breath. Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing great. You do have some of these smaller towns. If you have a title company that says, well, we don't do the wiring, you have to do this, find another title company, okay? I'm dead serious. Okay, this is 2021. We've just gone through a COVID crisis, whether you believe it or not, COVID or crisis, where people have had to get automated and this, that, and the other. If they can't keep up with the times, go away, all right? Go away, all right? If they make your job easier, they make your customer's job easier, they make the transaction go smoother, that's who we want to deal with. If they don't, we want them gone. All right. We don't have to do business with people that don't get it right. If they continually struggle to get it right after warning, after warning, after warning, then it's a habit. Okay. It's in their system. We don't need them. So we want you guys to understand that, pure and simple. Have some great things coming up today. The staff's going to be light in here on a Friday. We got Denise is out taking care of some business. Steph's out taking care of some business. I'll be here till about 2:30 today. I'm having arm surgery this afternoon, and Carly will be here till about 2:30. We're going to sneak off and go to lunch here in a minute. I want to make sure everybody's having a good day. Just wanted to touch on those. No, I'm not dressed properly, but when something has to be said, something has to be said. Linda caught this. Very proud of her. We did have it Wrong, because we were assuming that it made sense. It does not make sense. So once again, it's like a lot of stuff when they first introduce it, you got to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and they missed a few I's and a few T's. So guys, have a blessed weekend. Supposed to have a little weather day, but it's supposed to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I hope you guys get out and enjoy yourself. Happy birthday to everybody. Let's get this spring going. Let's get this yellow stuff out of the air. Everybody right now is coughing up everything. So we want everybody to be great. We have, man, I can't tell you, I mean, we're ahead of last year by about 50-60%. And I think that's amazing when I look at the MLS and I pull up some of the bigger teams at some of the bigger companies. One that traditionally keeps 50 to 75 listing had 5 the other day. And so when you're looking at some of these places, you're beginning to see some of the ones that for over the years have done business a certain way. The market's getting pretty wise, and they're going with people that can actually do a better job for them. They're not buying into the hype, and they're not buying into all the crap. So we want you guys to get out there in the market and hustle. You're going to have a lot of highest and best. You're going to have a lot of that. And when you have highest and best, you want to be professional about it, but you don't want to get run over. So, but keep in mind, we don't do coming soons. If you put a sign in the lockbox, put a sign in the yard and lockbox on the door, I expect to be in MLS within 24 hours. I know it is 24 business hours, but at Miller Homes Group, if you put it on a Friday, I expect an MLS on Saturday. Don't put the sign in the yard if you're not going to take the time to do your job and do it the right way. I don't want problems with the National Association of Realtors because we didn't do our job right on the listing. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful weekend.